Hi there, friends. I wanted just to reach out to you for just a few minutes, 5 minutes from my heart. I thought I would limit myself. I have been doing what probably lots of you have been doing, which is kind of snuggling into the comfortable during this time of crisis in our nation. North Carolina is in a shelter in place situation, like many of you now, and I have my oldest son, Anson, who is on hiatus from a tour he was on, and he's home with us. And my husband, Barry, he usually travels half time. All three of us are here full time, and truthfully, we are enjoying each other with those small glitches that all families have. But I wanted just to drop in, even though it feels like that this time period has it stripped me of a lot of my creativity because I'm just focusing on the people around me. But I wanted to drop in just to tell you that you are on my heart, that you are on my mind, and I would like to have you in my prayers. So even if you don't listen to anything else, would you stop for just a minute and leave me a prayer request so I can attach a specific prayer to your name? I would love to be able to do that. But I also have been thinking that this whole series that I've been doing on the blog, that you've been walking through with me to listen, feel, do, and speak, is so relevant and applicable to the times that we're living in. So I wanted to I have 3 minutes left to unpack that. So I want to encourage you to be a listener in these days. I was doing an interview just last week, and my friend Blythe asked me, Amy, what should we be doing with our words during this time? And I had some thoughts about that, but my main thing is I think that we should be listening more than we're speaking. And so let's remember that listening doesn't equal agreement, but listening does equal love. And so let's listen to the people around us in our social media feeds, in our households, our friends that we're in touch with, our parents that we're in touch with. Let's listen with great love during this time. And then let's feel. This is hard because there are so many feelings swirling around this situation. I know I have had the joy of having my oldest son at home, but also the fear of what this might mean for my husband's job, the disappointment of having all my speaking events canceled for the season. So there's lots and lots of feelings, and I'm sure you're having them too. I am going to put links to 2 resources that have helped me tremendously. One about grief, the other one about anxiety. And so if you are dealing with or grappling with either one of those, I really highly recommend those resources. Number 3, do. This is a time that's hard because we're limited to what we can do by the proximity that we've been limited to, right? In our households. However, there are things that we can still do. I have a friend that is sewing masks for her local hospitals with her sewing machine. I was able to participate in a food drive for some of the families that are at home that have needs in our community. And so a friend organized that, and I jumped right in as a way to participate and do something. For many of us, one of the most important things that we can do is really check in on our friends and our family, particularly if your parents are still living. I have gone from talking to my parents about once a week to talking to them every other day or so, just checking in. These are things that we can do to show great love. And the final one is speak, and we haven't tackled that at all, and that's for a reason, is because it's the last step. It's the one that I don't do as well. But let's make the words that we use, the words that we speak, be filled with great love during this time. And when tempers are short and everybody's in the same space, that can be the first to go. But let's make sure that our words are being filled with love during this time. I'll pray that for you if you'll pray that for me, because that's the kind of life that I want to live in the walls of this home while we're all home together. Hey, I'm going to try to pick up vlogging again next week and go back to the story that I was telling, but I can't make any promises, and I'm not going to make you promise anything either. So I will pick back up when I can and when my heart and my feelings are behind it. But in the meantime, I wanted to be with you today. Please leave me a prayer request. I truly do care about you and want to hear from you. Bye, friends.